Welcome to One Last Crane. This game revolves around a boy who has had a long amount of treatment trying to treat his brain tumour, but unfortunately with no positive results, he has returned back to his hometown in order to try and find his childhood friend for his final wish to be fulfilled. Game starts. You'll be able to find a link down in the description of this video where you'll be able to download this game, purchase this game, and download this game for yourselves. That is a beautiful background right there. That day, the sun still glowed in its most beautiful orange colour, even after 5 in the evening. I was almost certain that time had stopped, just like my wish. Despite knowing how impossible it was, even when the cold spring breeze blew gently on my skin, faith still whispered to me that everything will be alright, although that little bit of faith couldn't chase away all the fear inside me. I still had hope. You've always got to have hope, otherwise, what do you wake up for in the morning? I sighed while I sat on the edge of the hill from where our secret base stood. This was the best spot I'd known since I met her, and I forced a smile so that it would stay that way. Look, I found a flower! I looked at the pink flower in her hand, which was actually made of paper. Hey, that's the origami I taught you. You did well, right? I told you I'm a quick learner. Yeah, but you seem a bit down lately, especially today. Is everything alright? You're 100 years too early to worry about me. Oh dear, I ruffled her hair to make it seem like everything was normal. It had to seem normal, no matter what. Making her worry was the last thing that I wanted. But if you're such a dear friend to that person, then of course I'd worry about you. Even so, it surprised me how she was able to see through me. I really can't hide anything from her. She grabbed my hand and stopped me from my trance. When I looked into her eyes, I felt bad, because I realized that she knew. She knew that I was hiding something from her. You've been acting strange lately, Yuuki. Not only today, but all this week. I always let you know when I'm sad or having a problem, but you never do. You never say much about yourself. It's like you're always happy. Am I not good enough to be needed? That's certainly not true. Gosh, this hits home recently. Am I the only one who thinks that we're best friends? No, you got it all wrong, Saki. I've liked you ever since we first met, and that will never change. Not even a bit. The way you call me by my first name, and how you let me call you Saki. We've spent all these years together at our secret base, just the two of us. You're special, Saki. There is no better friend than you. Jeez, just listen to yourself, saying such embarrassing stuff. I didn't understand what she meant, but looking at her bashful face, I felt my cheeks gradually burn red. It was embarrassing since, I didn't want it to be awkward. Indirectly or directly, it is a little bit. Well then, now you know what I'm feeling, right? Not hugely? Yeah, that's how my stupid self made it more awkward. For a few moments we couldn't look each other in the eye. I simply looked around, trying to shift my gaze to something else. Anything else. Anything else indeed. The swing, the cities, the sky, the grass, the rock I found, the origami she held, and then the sky again. I wished something would break the silence, but even the wind had stopped blowing. My mind began to stop thinking too. I just wanted to bury myself. In between my knees. That's why I took a moment to close my eyes, recollect my thoughts, and regain my composure. There were so many things I needed to tell her, more than just my feelings and how important she was. But then, a touch on my hand drove all of those thoughts away and prompted my eyes to open. Hello? My focus went back to Saki, to that bashful face that was partially covered by her hair as she looked down. Her hand was slightly sweating. Maybe she was nervous too? I also love my time with you here, Yuuki. I love the way you talk to me, when you call my name, and how you let me call you Yuuki. You're the only one who can make me happy. Saki. Truthfully, that was the hardest moment for me to say it. Not only because I didn't want to do it, but also because I felt guilty for giving her such unattainable hope, and then crushing it just as she was about to believe it. I'm sorry, Saki. For what? Didn't you hear what I just said? I'm really enjoying our time together. So doesn't that mean it's mutual? Yeah, that really makes me glad. And I really meant it when I said that I like you. But the thing is, I must go. Oh, you have to go home now? You usually don't go home until late at night. I didn't notice the time. My bad. No, not that kind of go. I mean, Yuuki? I watched in silence as her expression gradually changed. I knew I had to say it, but my tongue couldn't get the words out. But I had to. Once again I hammered the words into my brain and stood up. So did she. Yuuki, what do you mean you must go? Don't tell me that. Saki, I must go far, far away from here. My voice cracked up a bit, but I knew she would be sadder than I was. The tears that began to fall from Saki's cheeks confirmed my prediction. Damn. And she is very upset. As if I needed some strength too, I grasped both of her hands. The paper flower fell to the ground. I'm sorry, Saki. My family needs to go somewhere far away for a while. Will you be gone long? Damn. I'm not sure, but I don't want to give you any empty promises. Then you'll be gone forever? Of course not. I can promise you this one thing, Saki. No matter how long I'm gone, I will come back to you again, to this town, as soon as I can. So you're going to leave this town? Unfortunately. When? Tomorrow morning. That's too soon. Why didn't you tell me about this earlier? If you had just said so before, we could have spent our time differently. You're the only one who has ever wanted to be my friend, Yuuki. I have no one else. The painful truth of those words stabbed me in the chest. Again, I forced myself to smile. If it was my fault, then it was also my responsibility to fix it. We can send letters to keep in touch. I'll write to you often, Saki, so you won't feel lonely. It won't be the same. I will try and convince my parents to come back for a visit every now and then. How can you be so sure they'll agree? You don't even know when you'll be back, Yuuki. No matter what I say to her, Saki wouldn't stop crying. I didn't know what to do until my wandering eyes found the paper flower on the ground. It reminded me of my mother saying about an animal that was a symbol of happiness. I didn't know what I was thinking, or maybe I wasn't thinking at all, but I took the flower and unfolded it. What are you doing? Do you know why I love folding paper like this? You told me before, folding paper requires concentration, and that means you can forget your problems. I think there's some kind of more symbolic term here. But there's another reason. Look, I've made you a simple paper crane. That's not too impressive. Well, the paper crane is pretty basic, so what she said was understandable. But at least you stopped crying. Damn, was that the true objective? Like, if a person needs to cry, then let them cry. Doesn't mean I stopped feeling sad. You're right. Sorry. But what I wanted to say is that with the same piece of paper, You can make a flower, a crane, or anything you want so long as you put in the effort. It's the same with us now. Our problems won't simply go away, and I have no choice but to leave. But how we deal with being apart can make things so much different. So, you're saying that I should just deal with it? You say it like it'll be so easy. With a separation of friendship, there is no easy way of dealing with it. It won't be, and that's true for me too. But there are just some things we can hardly change, and I hope that also applies to our feelings. No matter how far apart we are, our feelings will stay the same, and we will find new ways to keep in touch, like over the internet, by phone, by WhatsApp and stuff like that. By letters. I smiled and nodded. By the time she asked that, she was barely crying, and she even smiled a little. I promised her once more that I would return to her one day, and she promised me that she would wait until that very fateful day. Until then, she would hold on to the pink crane, my last gift to her, as like a memoir. But little does she know that our return might be a little bit more baggaged with bitter news. 5 years later, and here we are on the train. Oh dear, I gasp. The train isn't very full, but being startled awake from a deep sleep like that was still kind of embarrassing. Ah, it was a dream from the past. I tried to straighten my back, but then I realized that someone is leaning her head on my shoulder. And who might that be? Okay. Somebody that we are obviously acquainted with. Who might you be? Mary. Looks like I wasn't the only one who slept soundly. Her head isn't that heavy, and even though the warmer is on, it still isn't enough to make me sweat. I want some more. With Mary talking in her sleep like that, I feel like I have no reason to wake her up. I mean, it's true that I need her, but she's obviously tired from our journey and daily errands. Whatever that might they be. This isn't the most comfortable place to sleep, but at least she's finally resting a bit. Hello, good morning. I'm sorry. You're tired, Mary. Did you sleep well? Yes. What about you? Yeah, I even had a dream. Really? Me too, though I don't really remember what it was about. Probably food judging by your troll. Damn it. And you're talking as well when you wanted more. Eh? Just kidding. Hey, that's mean. Why would you tease me like that? Because it's fun to watch you panic. Oh dear. Well, if it makes you glad, then I can panic as much as you want. Don't be like that. Well, now that I think about it, that would be pretty weird, so maybe you shouldn't. That also means, besides, I rely on you to manage me and take care of me, so you panicking would be a problem. Well, I guess that's true. Yuuki can't do anything without me, right? Hey, that's mean. We're even then. Looking at her happy face, I flick her forehead. Ow. Don't hear me, you're so mean. Oh dear, and then that. I love these kind of little chirpy arts. Mary stretches her hands, trying to return my flick by moving my head out of the way and hold her at bay. If you have longer arms, then you're guaranteed victory. With her small hands and short stature, she can't even reach my neck. You're embarrassing yourself, Mary. We're a train member. There are other people that can watch us, remember? I don't care as long as I get to flick your forehead. She stops her futile effort and then grumbles in her seat. I wish I had told her parents. Next stop is Shiruka, whatever that is. Doors will be open on the right hand side. This location. Oh, we're there now. That means still far from our new place. Right, sorry, I'm still learning the lines here. No problem. This was my home. Obviously I know better. In fact, you've learned faster than I thought, especially since you don't know much Japanese. This is your first time here, right? Of course, I've never travelled abroad before. How do you feel coming home, Yuuki? How do I put it? It's not like I don't enjoy the view at all, but it feels different. Nothing ever stays the same. The more the things change, the more things stay the same in some cases. Because I'm different. It's like watching someone who's supposed to be me but also isn't, living his daily life. So saying that I've come home doesn't really sit right in my mind. I've come to a familiar place, but yet it has changed. Oh, causing Mary to look at me with concern. I hate that every little thing I do worries my family. Same. Did all that activity tire you out? I'm sorry. I just wanted to make this journey more fun for you, Yuuki. It is fun. Don't worry about it, Mary. I pat her head this time to let her know that I'm okay. Still, though, you need to sleep. We still have a long way to go. I don't want to sleep. How do I know that the next time I sleep won't be the end? Damn it. Please don't say that. Sorry. No, I'm sorry, Yuuki. I'm just worried. I know. Just relax. I'm okay. Besides, I want to burn this view into my brain as much as I can. Sleeping won't do much for me. You want to make this journey fun, right? Yep. But you have to tell me what's bothering you. You just sighed again, Yuuki. I know you don't want me to worry about you, but hiding your problems will worry me more than if you would just tell me what's going on. You should tell me what's wrong or I can't stop thinking about it. Okay. Did you dream about her again? Yeah, more vividly than I ever have before, but I'm glad for that. It's like the closer we get to the hometown, the more clear the dream becomes. I can feel she's near, Mary, as silly as it sounds. It's not silly, Yuuki. It's love. Your feelings are reaching her, and I assure you that we will find her here. It's romantic, isn't it? And I promise I won't leave your side before it happens. Mary holds my hand, and it reminds me of my dream of what I promised Saki back then. A promise should never be made that lightly, Mary. I've learned that the hard way. A promise is a promise, and when you break that promise, it is very heart-wrenching. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound so harsh. Is it about the promise you made to her? Well, what else would it be? But aren't you trying to fulfill it right now? Yeah, but not this way. Not the way I am now, and I'm sure she won't be happy to see me like this either, even though I want her to be. But in this way, I know it sounds morbid, but in this way, it gives Saki some kind of conclusion. I stopped myself from saying this out loud, but I've actually lost all hope in fulfilling my promise, or even that I'll live much longer. Even as we speak, my headache tells me that everything is real. My tumour is real. After leaving Saki for a long treatment, I came back with hopeless results and only a short time to live. So, the tumour must have been there during the promise being made. That doesn't mean the doctor didn't try. Sometimes effort alone isn't enough. How can I be so sure to fulfill my promise to Saki after all this? You know, we've already done everything we can, but it has all been in vain. However, you would have still pondered if you would never have done it in the first place. Are you worried that it would be useless in the end, finding Saki and fulfilling your promise? Is that why you couldn't sleep last night? I couldn't help it. How can I sleep after we couldn't find Saki at her house yesterday? I mean, it's not like I remembered it wrong or that we went to the wrong house. It was her house, but she has already left, and I don't know where she went. To be honest, I'm more worried because the new residents mentioned that something had happened in that house. Something bad, like a fire, a family argument. some kind of attack. It's just a rumor though, and there was no way the realtor, I just say that word, would have marketed the house, a retailer in the house, marketed the house in a bad light. Still, it all seems suspicious. Besides, Saki hasn't sent me any letters for years. That's also another thing. How could I not be worried? Furthermore, even her teachers don't know where she went. We can't ask her friends either, since she didn't have any. I thought I was her friend. Really, how could I have been so stupid to leave her all alone for 5 years with nothing but a paper crane and some letters? Why couldn't I have found any new friends for her before I left? I was really stupid, Mary. I didn't understand her at all. I even stopped writing letters to her after I found out about my tumour. I was too busy feeling miserable about myself. It's a very, very complex, bizarre scenario. Very complex because it is a very, very emotional scenario. Maybe you were, but this isn't the time to feel miserable about it again, right? Or else you will repeat your mistake. You have to remember why you're here, Yuuki. Yes, I want to find Saki. I want to do right by her, find her some friends, or even a boyfriend who can make her happy. Perhaps she already found that kind of person within you those years ago, or as a future prospect at the very least. I smile ironically at that last comment. Boyfriend, huh? Deep in my heart, I know. I still want to be her boyfriend, but I can't be. I force a smile so that Mary won't see through me, and then give her my final goodbye. Damn. Do you think she would say that it's none of my business? Well, if you want me to be honest, that might be true. But that's not what's important, Yuuki. And the result of your effort is also not what's important. You want to live your life to the fullest. That's enough for me, Mom and Dad. You're right. You know, sometimes you're too good to be my little sister. And too dependable. Ain't I just awesome? You can praise me some more if you want. She smiles too. When I place my hand on her head, even after 3 years, she's never too tired to help me through hard times. She told me that I'm similar to her late brother, damn. But even so, she always makes me smile, and her efforts feel genuine to me. That we have different blood doesn't matter. She's my sister. I truly want to thank God, if he exists, for bringing Mary into my depressing life. Thanks, Mary. It's my pleasure. You don't have to keep thanking me, Yuuki. Oop. My head is heavy again. Maybe because of a tumour in my brain, I've been sleeping more and more lately, with the exception of last night. It's a rare occasion, but my head is hurting really bad. Oh dear. I think I want to sleep. Right, you need to rest. I'll wake you up when we arrive. Thanks. We're going back to the promise. At last, I give up and close my eyes. It doesn't take much time for me to fall into a slumber. It feels like in a way this game already has a conclusion, but it depends on what happens within that conclusion. Yay, we're here! Calm down a bit, Mary. You've been like this since we arrived, and I don't want to remind you again how people were staring at us. It's not like they actually care. Besides, they'll take it easy on me because I'm a foreigner. That doesn't matter, foreigner or not. You're still a person, you still make a noise. Now you're underestimating them. It's not about being a foreigner or a native. You should behave according to the local rules if you want to make friends. And that is a fact. It doesn't matter if you don't care, but as a brother... Okay, I understand. Jeez, I just wanted to express my feelings for our new home, you know. It's not like I was being obnoxiously loud or anything. But at least we're here in our new home. It's actually quite reasonable for Mary to be so excited about seeing our new home. We planned to move to our new place 2 days ago, but apparently Mum and Dad wanted to prepare everything for us so we wouldn't have to arrange rooms again. We had already bought the plane tickets, though, so we had to spend a couple of days here without a home. Such a messy schedule. We had no choice but to stay at a hotel for a while. Even though the hotel was nice, it wasn't comfortable enough to sleep in, especially after searching for sake all day. Mary wanted to cook, but since we had no kitchen, we had to eat the hotel's food. It's nice, really, but it just didn't feel right. Didn't feel like home. I hope everything is prepared like they said. I'm too exhausted to do housework. We'll know when we're inside, right? Come on. Mary takes out the keys and unlocks the door. Oh, it looks really nice in here. And there's a kitchen too, with a nice view as well outside the window. Well, at least with the trees. Can we see our neighbour? Oh, there's another set of room. Well, a room. No words escape our mouths for a few seconds. A single bed? See? They really prepared everything. I want to try the sofa. Who wouldn't want to try the new sofa? It's so comfy. Try it, Yuuki. I bet I could even sleep here whenever I want to. Damn, make sure to have a blanket, whenever their occasion arises. Ouch. I flicked her forehead again. You don't have to be so mean. Yeah, you don't have to be mean either. You left all the bags with me, as if it's up to me to organize your things. But wait, now that I think about it, if I unpack your things... Okay, moving on. No. You know I can take care of it myself, you meanie. And don't go like that on me, okay? May rushes to take her bag upstairs. No matter what, a vision novel has to have some kind of charisma in it. Fortunately, we only have a rucksack for the 2 days we spend at the hotel. The rest of our things have already been organized, or so our parents claim. Hey, what are these pants? I never worn anything like this. Oh, did we switch wrong bags? Hey, don't go into the wrong room. Either they switched up their luggage or they switched up their rooms. I didn't expect this to be so tiring. I never thought that Mary could still be this energetic after our trip here and even washing our clothes. Now she's humming while she cooks for us. Aren't you tired? Nope, not at all. I've waited so long to make you my best dishes, you know. You're always at the hospital, so I could only bake you cookies or cakes. Now it's time for you to see what your little sister is really made of. Looking forward to it. You should. Cooking is a very invaluable skill to have. I guess at a time like this? Let me get it. Whom could it be at the front door? And... Oh, there really is someone here. Huh? I tilt my head searching for something appropriate to say to this girl, who has appeared outside my house. Judging from her appearance, she is probably about the same age as me. Still, I decide I should respond as politely as possible. How can I help you? Oh, of course, I should introduce myself. I'm Nagata. Chihiro Nagata. You can call me Chihiro. I guess you're my new neighbor, huh? I heard voices coming from your house, but last time I checked, this place was empty. Then I saw you outside, moving in, you and... a girl? My sister. Right, your sister. Although she's smiling, she looks a little bit uncomfortable. After a while, I realized I haven't moved an inch from the entrance or even introduced myself properly. In a hurry, I approached the gate and opened it. Sorry, I was just surprised that someone would greet us. I mean, you know, we're new here. so we should be the ones to greet our neighbours first. Oh, don't be so stiff. I'm always excited to meet new people, you know. I like new days, new foods, new anything, including new people. It's so goddamn fresh. Oh, maybe I should invent a new greeting phrase for you two. Okay, wow, I thought Mary was energetic, but Chihira's energy is on a whole different level. Alright, introduction, huh? I'm Yuuki Murakami. You can call me whatever you want. You can then. That's a little bit too intimate for me, but I decided to let it be. Yuuki, why are you so late? Oh, hi there. Seeing Mary's surprised face and how she's fumbling her words, I reckon this is my chance to handle introductions myself. Mary, this is Chihiro, our new neighbor. Oh, hi. And Chihiro, this is my little sister Mary, who just moved here. Oh, I figured you did. Does it matter about our place of origin? Seems like she has something on her mind, but she says nothing, so Mary replies. Nice to meet you, Chihiro. Nice to meet you too, Mary. Hey, why didn't she give Mary a weird nickname? Because I think Mary is a name that is short enough to not be given a different variation of saying it. And are you hungry? Looks like it's time for lunch. I gotta go. Would you come inside and eat with us? Oh, but I cooked plenty and I think it might be too much for just the two of us. It's nice of you to ask, but it's alright. Mary just likes to share her cooking. But I'm sure your mum is waiting for you, right? You should go home. We'll be just fine. Oh, right. Sorry. I'm being inconsiderate. No formalities or apologies, please, it's fine. You know, I have a fun idea. I'll bring my food over and eat here with you guys. We can exchange food. I've never done it outside of school. It'll be fun. Great idea. We'll make some room for you at the table then. Okay, see you soon. Yeah, I'm sure you're not that far away. Oh wait, she's our neighbour. Chihiro makes her way to the nearby house on our right. Just as she said, she lives right next to us. She seems like fun company. I think I can see what she meant earlier about the excitement of meeting or making new friends. Making new friends with new people. It's always nice to meet new people. It makes the day unique. Wow, this is really good. Did you really cook all this? Well, there's just the two of us, and Yuuki can't cook, so I'm in charge of that. I can't deny that I was really excited about it though. You're so lucky you can. To have such a capable and adorable sister like her. What? Suddenly Chihiro hugs Mary around her belly. Okay, this is a little bit too sudden at the start of the friendship. I really don't know what's going on with girls these days. I can't eat if you hug me so tightly. Be my mom. No, because that's an insult to your own mom. No, I'm Yuki's. I can only be Yuki's mom, even though I'm her little sister. His little sister. Yeah, but your cooking is too precious to live without. Hey, don't diss your own mom's cooking, okay? Jeez, your mom would be sad to hear that, you know. What are you saying? She always complains about how much Dad and I eat. I'm sure she won't mind if I help. That's not the point. That is not the point I told you here, and you know it. Great. What about our expenses then? Oh, why so stingy? It's not like I'm asking too much. Yeah. Really? You're really saying that after eating our spaghetti salad and nearly all of the cookies in the jar? Sorry, but your actions speak louder than your words. Stingy. But I bet Mary is kinder than you. Help me, Yuuki. Jeez, can't we just have a nice quiet lunch? It's Chihiro's fault, not mine. Yeah. I just ignore them and continue eating my lunch. Mary mixed in some potatoes, vegetables and seafood, and she's even added her special dressing. It tastes fresh and delicious. Well, I didn't think Yuuki would like vegetables. I mean, there's barely any meat in there. Just because it doesn't have a lot of meat, it doesn't mean that the dish cannot be good, okay? What? Can't boys eat vegetables? How are we supposed to grow big, strong muscles without our vitamins? Don't boys prefer meat over vegetables? No. It depends, actually. Or, perhaps you don't like meat? If so, then my bad. I brought you a meat pasta. I thought you'd like it. Ah, so that's it. She must feel uncomfortable because I haven't noticed what she brought for us. I was kinda afraid of what spices might be mixed in there, but I hesitated to ask. I imagine our protagonist does not like spices then. Mary always worries about my food, so I trust her cooking, but Chihiro doesn't know about my disease. And I don't want her to know right now. It would spoil the delightful mood. I wouldn't even say the last line because of the second part of the sentence. I would literally say, no, it looks good, but I would not be saying that. I was saving the best for last, because that's an insult to our little sister. Sorry, but I don't like meat. Sorry, I haven't said anything about it yet, but I'm allergic to meat. Only my family knows this, and Mary has put some effort into her cooking too, so... Allergic to meat? Then you can't eat 80% of the delicious foods around the world. I wouldn't be able to stand there if I were you. Right. I'm always envious about that. So that's why you seem to be lacking protein. Hey, there's other ways of getting protein outside of meat, you know. Just not the same kind of protein. I guess you'd be helpless if someone decides to break your bones or beat you into a... Are you playing something? Hey, don't say stuff like that. I don't want to mention that. Don't worry, I'll break their bones. No, I don't want bones broken, okay? I said don't say stuff like that. How about Mary? Huh? You seem to enjoy the pasta I brought. Also, since Yuuki depends on you for his food, you could maybe use a meat substitute. I mean, sometimes people use tofu, right? You're correct. Its sourness also complements my salad, so I could think up several ideas for new dishes. Really? Glad I could help. I secretly give Mary a thumbs up and she responds with a smile. And there we have it. A friendship bond with our new friend. After eating, I take some medicine before excusing myself and going to bed. Chihiro looks a little bit confused and asks me not to go since she wants to play and talk some more. We're new here after all, so it's reasonable. Sensing that I'm feeling troubled, Mary helps out by giving Chihiro an excuse for me leaving early. She tells Chihiro that I'm sick and tired after a long trip from America. Thanks to Mary again, I'm able to escape. All the way from America. Ugh. Some noises are coming from below. I get up and see the clock on the wall. It's almost 6 PM. Is she still here? Is she still here? Oh, I see now. So that's why you two came back here, huh? How romantic. Chihiro? Yuuki? I thought you were still sleeping. What are you two talking about? It's nothing. That won't work on me, Chihiro. I've heard some of it. Did you tell her about our plans here, Mary? Oh, don't be mad at her, you can. I'm the one who forced her to tell me, and it's not a big deal anyway. Maybe not to you. It is a big deal, and if you want to know, you should have asked me, not her. I don't know why I raised my voice at Chihiro. After all, I've only just met her a few hours ago. I press against my temples to try and calm myself down. This doesn't feel right. Ever since I got this disease, my mood has worsened, but I can't use that as an excuse. I can't get this mad over something I don't fully understand, especially to a new friend. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. My head hurts. I'm not feeling well today. I've heard from Mary about your childhood friend and how you're looking for her. You must be tired. And I have no right to say it wasn't a big deal. But that doesn't give you the right either to stab at us like we're saying bad things about you behind your back. I was just curious, and I've been helping Mary while you were asleep. Besides, I only asked her about it because I was worried, and I just wanted to be a good friend. I know that I'm no one to you. No, sorry. It's not like that. I really do appreciate your offer to help, and your being here has lightened up the mood. It's fun being with you, so I don't mind if you want to help me or my sister. I was just surprised to hear you two talking about me and Saki. That's all. So she... Okay, why the grin there? Why the grin and the frown? And she says that the tension between us strangely breaks, and I smile bashfully while looking down with my hands scratching my nape. It's not too uncomfortable sharing my story with someone, it seems. Probably since I don't have to focus on hiding it. Well, it's not that unusual, right? Parting with your friend, promising to come back. Come on, we all know that she's not just your friend, Chihiro, for goodness sakes. She's special, right? That's why you came back from America, just to meet with her again. I'll let you assume whatever you want, Chihiro. What a party pooper. Okay then. My eyes go to Mary, who is still looking down because she practically let Chihiro know everything. I just sigh and nod. I heard that you will be going to Shimizu High School too, the day after tomorrow. We'll get to rest for 2 days before going to school. What are you so happy about? Then we will be at the same school you can. Huh? So you too? Shimizu High School, yep. Oh great. Hey, what's with the long face? You should be happy since I can help you a lot more if we're together, and Mary won't be too worried if you're with me. Do you know that you could have a face that could get you bullied? By you, maybe. Hey! Mary finally laughs, but when she notices my gaze, she gasps. Well, I guess I'll trust Yuuki to Chihiro then. Wait, isn't that kind of strange? To trust a man... No. It's your fault you're looking so weak, you can. You're just too strong for a girl, Chihiro, especially with all the food you eat. Hey! When I see her fist aim at me, I guard myself immediately. Don't punch me! I won't. What kind of girl do you think I am? A possible tomboy. If you still think you call yourself if you still think yourself to be a girl, then you should behave like one, Chihiro. You know I do. Yeah. At least we managed to maintain the good mood between us. I'm relieved after learning that Chihiro is going to the same school as me. Imagine if we had fought and then had to go to school together on Monday. It would be so awkward. Oh, it's already 6 p.m. I can't stay here for dinner too, but I guess it's time to go to home. Be careful on your way back. It's not like you have a lot of diameter to walk along. It's just a few steps away, you know. What could happen? So many things, you know, a meteor could come down and then land on you between your house and our house. Well, anything really, exactly. Even the shortest distance away could be very dangerous. See you at school, you can, or maybe tomorrow at my house. You can visit any time. I'll consider it. See you too, Chihiro. Thanks for coming over today. It's great to befriend me, right? You'll be grateful and worship me like a goddess someday. No. Right. I think she was joking about that. Chihiro throws in a final remark before walking away, but then I suddenly remember something. Chihiro? I just remembered. You've been going to Shimizu for a while, right? Do you know anyone called Saki Nishimuro, or any girl who likes to be alone? Oh yeah, I didn't hear her full name before, huh? Now thinking mode. Sorry, but there are so many people with Nishiruma as their last name. I don't recall anyone named Saki. It would be easier to look for her on Monday. A few girls in my class are loners. I don't know all of them, but the ones I do know are not called Saki or even... She may have even changed her name. Is that so? No point in thinking about it now, you can. Just be patient and wait for Monday. I'll help you. We'll find her in no time. Just make sure to be more energetic on Monday. You can't go around searching for her with a pale look like that on your face. Do I look pale? Take a look in the mirror. Okay. Well then. Am I good to go? Anything else you want to ask? I'm fine. Thanks, Chihiro. Yeah, take care Take care, you can. Me and my words. After Chihiro leaves, I talk a bit with Mary about what she told Chihiro, and she tells me how sorry she is for that. I don't scold her since all of that is in the past. Besides, I'm not mad anymore. The rest of the day passes like usual. Chihiro comes over again on Sunday to give us her phone number. Luckily, Mary and I have each bought a phone, so we gave her our numbers too. The next day comes in the blink of an eye. And it is a lovely sky with a lovely bird chirping away. You sure you brought everything? Yep. Lunchbox, check. Medicine, check. Phone, check. Purse, check. Books, check. I get it, Mary. You've checked it yourself, haven't you? So if I'm missing anything, you're more responsible for it. No, it's your responsibility too. That's mean. I'm just kidding. Besides, I double-checked everything. I have a phone, too, in case I need you for something. Okay then. I'll search for Saki today, so you can focus on your school. Okie dokie. Are you sure you want to postpone entering school? I mean, it's tough to search for a person by yourself. Now I'm more worried about you than about myself. Come on, Yuuki. What could happen on a bright day like this? Anything. Don't underestimate people, Mary. And I warn you, don't wear a short skirt or anything cute. Just wear jackets or something that will make you look manly, okay? Why would I wear something like that? Because I don't want any guy... Okay. Yeah, very controversial. I'll contact you throughout the day to make sure you're safe. Yuuki, I can take care of myself. But if you're that worried, I don't mind if you call me often. Besides, then I'll know that you're okay too. Okay, right. It's decided. I don't know why there are terms such as brother complex and sister complex. Caring for my sister like this isn't too much, is it? She cares for me too by, like, an annoying amount. I'd rather somebody that cares for me too much than not cares about me at all. But that's what makes us family. As I wave my hand to her, I look around to see if Chihiro is going to come out from her house. She doesn't. But we didn't make any plans to wait for one another. Exactly. She might be at the school already. Or perhaps she overslept. In any case, we'll meet up at school, so I worry more about my introduction to my new class than I do about her. Lovely. And that, folks, is where we are going to end off our playthrough of One Last Crane. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I have, and the story itself is quite interesting because it's going to be how the conclusion comes about rather than knowing that, well, there is a portion of the conclusion that is rather self-conclusive because of the diagnosis of which our protagonist has. And the search for our friend is definitely going to be one that might not even succeed, actually. Like, there could be multiple routes from this game where you make some choices and you do get to finally meet with your long-lost friend. But then there could also be outcomes where you didn't make the right choices and you didn't actually get there. So I'm really fascinated to see where this game goes, like what different kind of routes could behold themselves within this game. Is there going to be a kind of emotional cliffhanger at the end of the game as well? Because some games do have that. Like, they don't have like a conclusion, but they have rather a cliffhanger, which leaves the player wondering what might have happened. Like the friendship or slash relationship between Mary and Yuuki is very interesting because it's not blood related, but they treat each other as if they are siblings, which I think is very, very important to establish when you are moving into, let's say, somebody else's home with their family, and when you're adopted, and you treat them as if they want you to treat you, in a way. Like, you would want to be treated with respect just as a way that you would want to treat everyone else with respect in that case. So there's a lot of story which we don't know, but there's also a bit of story that we do know. It's like they have a very, very close brother-sister like relationship with each other, which I think is really, really good to have. Like, having a close bond with siblings is always very, very important in life. And even though they're not blood related, you can still treat them as if they are a blood related individual. Like, for example, in an orphanage, you have lots of different friends there, but with some orphanages, you're very tightly knitted with the other people there, because those are people that you consider family because they are there on a day-to-day basis. And from that point onwards, you would always consider them friends because they always have been there for you, no matter how long you've been there. It's a rather, you could say it's a rather morbid situation, but in other ways it could be an escape. But it depends on an individual basis. But thank you so much for watching, people. This is One Last Crane. Let me know what you think about this game in the comment section below, and let me know if you'd like me to cover more of this game. As always, folks, thank you so much for watching. Please check out this game by going down in the description below and purchasing this game for yourselves, and downloading and playing the game for yourself as well, and leaving a review for the developers to let them know of your feelings of the game and what they could do to like improve the game, give the game, I don't know. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves. Feedback, there we go, feedback. That's the important one, feedback.